In other news, Nintendo Switch deaths are on the rise.
Let's go! It is unfortunate. Oh, this is a perfect opportunity to ask you.
Yes.
Because when things are dying and people are hitting the dust and they're getting put down 6 feet under.
Yep.
Isn't one of the phrases, pour one out?
Yeah, pour one out for him. Pour one out for the homies.
What does that mean? And should we pour one out for the Switch?
It means, like, I don't know where it originates, but it literally means, like, buy a beer on their behalf and literally just dump it on the ground. Like, I don't know exactly what that is, if it has anything to do with, like, other functions of alcohol, like the christening of ships, or if it's like, buddy, drink this, I'm going to pour it out on your grave. I really don't know. But that's what they do. They buy an alcoholic beverage and just like,
Okay.
just dump it on the ground.
But in all seriousness, if you or someone you know has had a bricked Switch, our hearts go out to you.
Pour one out for them.
Our alcohol doesn't go out to you. We pour our hearts out to you.
Yes.
And this has been happening, it seems more prominent after Switch 5.0 software update, but I think it's been going on longer.
It probably has. People are just probably figuring more out about this.
Exactly. And it has to do with third-party docks. What do you think about third-party docks?
Well, here's what I think about first-party docks, and apparently this episode is what I think about third-party docks. But first-party docks are too expensive. They just are. But apparently there's a reason for it, because Nintendo wants your money. And third-party docks, if you use them, then your Switch just fries.
Yeah, I remember that being the bad news of the Switch reveal.
Yep.
The event with Kimishima and the ice cubes and the Breath of the Wild launch date and stuff. It's like, holy cow, this thing is expensive. Like, the base unit actually seemed like a pretty good deal with everything it came with. But if you started breaking out the things it came with and doing the math, then it's like, wait, the Switch only costs $12 because of all these expensive accessories it comes with? Because seriously, the dock being $90 is just absolutely insane. It charges and outputs HDMI. And it has some USB ports, which hopefully we'll be using for Smash Bros. Later this year.
Yep.
But it's
and you can use for wired internet connection.
No business charging that much. So in a sense, Nintendo created this problem at that moment. Because it created the need for a cheaper solution.
Yeah. Yep. And so we have now these third-party docks that are a whole lot more affordable.
Yeah.
But you run a great risk, apparently, of destroying the entire system.
Mm-hmm. This happens to anybody and everybody. The most notable one, and I'm still hurting for him, is Brian Altano from IGN. Huge Nintendo fan. He would play every big release, and pretty much 100% every big release. Like, all the shrines, all the moons.
Wow.
And when a Switch system gets bricked, not only are you out $300, you're out all of your saves, and that's what happened to him. There's no way to back up saves. You cannot put it on an SD card. You cannot put it in the cloud. It is literally tied to your hardware, which is a ticking time bomb if you have third-party accessories like the docks laying around, stuff that plugs into the USB-C. Very dangerous.
See, that's something that's a bummer, because it was something my brother actually asked me about. Like,
really? He
said the PS4, you can store it all in the cloud and download it later and play it. And he's like, is the Switch that way? I'm like, I honestly don't know, but...
Yeah. And that story of Brian Altano is that he got a review unit. A company sent him a third-party dock. He used it for 10 minutes. He came home and plugged the Switch back into his normal dock, and it would not go onto the TV. So he could have used it handheld forever, but other people are getting worse bricks where it just literally dies. The battery becomes burned out by being overcharged because I can't wait to tell you this. Are you ready?
Tell me this.
Do you have any pet peeves I should be aware of before I proceed? About cables.
Cables are frustrating to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first of all, the different power cords are really annoying. I just spend like, I can't remember how much money it was. It was like $70 or something on my wife's computer, or she did, because she had an older little Asus computer with a power cord. Normally they're like that sized. It was like the tiny little pin thing that you shove in there. And it's like, that's the only computer that ever used it. And so it's okay. And then USB, mini, and micro. I don't even...
A and C.
A and B, and I don't even fucking know. Like, why don't they all have the same things? I mean, other cords, like, you guys saw the stream this last week with Dark Simeon and Josiah, and how much trouble we went to with that, and the component versus, competent. I can't even remember the frickin' other thing it's called. The red, white, yellow, and the white, yellow, red, blue, white, red, blue, green. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. Like, that, the red, blue, green, brown, whatever it was around for like 5 years. Like,
white,
not even a
red,
whole,
yellow.
Yeah, yellow, white, red is one of them. The other one is blue, green, red, white, red. There's 2 reds.
You said brown.
Well, I remember some cables being colored brown. That's probably because they didn't want 2 red cables, because they actually had a common sense. They colored them brown instead.
They were like, there's 2 wires.
There's 2 wires. There's 2 red wires. Okay, look at this abomination that I'm supposed to be using. This is the one that hooks up to the Wii. Yeah. This is for our capture card. It hooks up to the Wii, if you can see.
And GameCube?
No, just the Wii. We play GameCube games on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yes, this is it. Okay, so look at this. 2 red wires. 2 red wires. Why do we have to fucking deal with this? They had component. I think. Okay, composite was. I don't even remember. I don't remember which one's component, which one's composite. But whatever this abomination is, we use this as a society for like 3 years, and then we were like, oh, HDMI is here now, and so it works 1,000 times better, so let's scrap this. But instead of scrapping it, let's just make everything this. Not HDMI, and if we had to convert things from yellow, white, red, let's convert it into that instead of HDMI. I really don't understand this. Maybe there's some smart, maybe it's all greed and money. Maybe there's some smart, because it doesn't transfer over, because, I don't even care anymore. This is how I feel about cords. You know what? I'm really glad. This is what makes me the most happy. This right here. Let me make sure that we didn't lose audio because of that. Okay, this right here makes me happy. We've had this for like 40 years. It has not changed in 40 years.
Oh, I got bad news for you, Simeon. They're starting to remove it from every cell.
Yeah, Bob. Screw you, Apple, for taking the headphones and making them obsolete. This is idiotic, people. Okay. Anyways, that's how I feel about cords.
Oh, I'm drooling. I'm having a heart attack. I'm crying. I have eyelashes stabbing my pupil.
Says, I think someone struck a chord.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
I have to bow to Sai.
That was a great joke. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just makes me so angry. Anyway,
okay,
Scott, tell me this. Say it to me. Speak it to me. Tell it to me. Say it to me.
So, when we saw the Switch, people were like, oh, I hope it's USB-C. How it plugs into the dock. So
It's not, is it?
Wait, it gets better. I hope it's USB-C so that it can be fast charging compatible. Okay. Oh, that'd be so great. Alright, then we wait for months and then, yay, it is USB-C! Woohoo! It's not the fast charging kind of USB-C. Oh well, we'll live with it. We'll charge the Switch overnight. We'll be fine. We'll live.
Is it the slow charging USB-C? Like, here's normal charging USB-C, here's fast charging USB-C, and it's this?
It is proprietary USB-C, where Nintendo did not submit themselves to the specifications. That is why all these standard USB-C docks that third parties are making break the system.
So basically, they're bootlegging USB-C. Okay, so first of all, that is hysterical. Second of all, it's stupid. Third of all, what happens if you plug, let's say, an iPhone into a... Well, you can't plug it into the dock, I guess, but can you plug it into the cable? Is it just the converter?
It's really a case-by-case basis. Like, some people have USB-C ports on their new MacBook Pros to charge it. And they use that charger, plug it into the Switch, 0 happens. Some third-party docks, you plug it in, and it gets 300% the charge that it needs, frying the battery and killing your Switch. And Nintendo says they're not responsible for testing out third-party docks before they do software updates and stuff like that. And on one hand, fine, you're not. There's probably a bunch of them. On the other hand, just do it because customers are going to have broken consoles and they're going to be mad at Nintendo. They're not going to think, oh, the third party should have...
No, they know they done messed up when they bought a third party thing. They're just praying, and then when it messes up, it's like, well, of course, it was a third party thing that I bought. Thanks, right. Nintendo, for...
So this is bad. Please spring the extra cash for a first party dock. I have seen them on sale just about everywhere, now in the $60 to $65 range.
So that's much more reasonable.
It is,
but it's still bad.
I mean, that would be pretty convenient, to have one on, if you have two TVs, like, if you used your Switch, having one dedicated for the TVC set or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, so if you need that, you gotta go first party. It's just, like, unless there's cloud saves, unless your Switch is in warranty, like, you're just playing with fire. Almost literally.
Have there been any cases of houses being burned down?
Excuse Simeon's profanity.
Has there been any...
Switch what? Houses burning down?
Yeah.
No fires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only a matter of time. See, even Buttercup's upset about this. I don't know if you guys heard that, but she's... Buttercup, it was outside. Other people live in this apartment complex. You have to deal with this. I told you this.
Thank you for watching, and gracias para being part of the crew.
Oh, don't forget to leave your comments below. How does this make you feel? Yeah, I agree, Buttercup, but you need to chill out. I've already expressed how I feel. Express how you feel in the comments.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.